Hey guys, what's shaking? Happy Sunday. So, kind of like I said yesterday in yesterday's podcast, I've been looking back at some of the previous podcasts and all these awesome people that I've spoken to, like Jimmy Choi, and starting from the bottom and kind of, it's never too late to take that first step. Went to church today, and obviously everybody reflects around this time of the year and looking forward, and it gives us a little reflection things about what was some of your wins for the year and losses and what'd you celebrate. And I'm just sitting here with my coffee and thinking about that, and it made me think. I mean, like I said to you guys, I'm not going to beat the same drum, but if I was where I was 2 years ago, and you guys will never know the depths of I don't think I ever will, where I was. And for me to just simply be alive and breathing is a miracle. But to have my head on somewhat right and to be fighting this disease and to try and help the community and find all kinds of different things and feelings, it's truly amazing. It is a miracle. And again, we're like, I think it's Isaiah 43, don't quote me on that, but it talks about springing forward and doing new things in life and putting water in the desert, I believe. This is the time of year that where if you believe in something, it's never too late to reset, to restart. Like I said, even with your health, I mean, when you feel like, listen, there are days where, even like yesterday, I had one of the worst days ever. You're always going to have that with this disease. It's just the nature of what we deal with. But I guess my point is, don't ever give up. It's never to the point where you should be sitting there saying, that's it, I can't take it a step. Take the next step forward. Take the first step forward. If the fact that I did that, it opened my eyes. I mean, look what I did this year. I mean, I was in Washington advocating for a cure, talking to senators. Like I had beautiful celebrations with the Fox people. I was able to talk to a guy that was on American Ninja Warrior that's inspiring to this community. I spoke to a guy in Bend who had so many hurdles to overcome just to come to this country and learn the sport. And the next day was starting on an NFL team. I mean, these are inspiring stories that I would have never known, not to mention be a part of talking about them, if I didn't take the first step, if I didn't want to not give up and take the first step, which is always the hardest. You have to be willing to do that. It's important. And like I said, from where I was to what 2025 brought to me, it's brought new people into my life in so many different avenues that have opened up so many doors and feelings that I never knew existed. And it's amazing. My senses are heightened. Like I tell my kids all the time. Sometimes it's like, I don't want to hear you say you love me. I want to feel it. I'm a completely different person, and it all started because I didn't want to give up. Although I will say I gave up, if that makes sense, because I got to the point where I didn't know what to do, and I let faith in. That was my saving grace. I don't know what your saving grace is. It might be your higher power, whatever that be. It might be a loved one. But you have to be willing to take the first step. And trust me, like I said, good things will happen. If you wake up the next day, it's because somebody believes that your work is not done here yet. It might be a community to help. It might be a right to wrong. It might be, whatever it is. But take the first step and do not give up. Go back, look at the Jimmy Choi podcast. Look at these, look at the beautiful people in this community. Like this beautiful Parks, this community of people that advocate for me and millions of others every day that have taught me how to podcast and deal with government officials and give me so much information to just keep my head on right. And don't wait. It's fun, not to make this too long, but I think that I may have stumbled upon something that has been slowing my medicines from working properly in my diet. And I said to myself, that's it. Starting January 1st, my New Year's resolution, I'm going to look into this. Why am I going to wait to January 1st? Even if don't I not want to feel better immediately? So again, that's talking about me and my diet. But even up here, it doesn't have to be a resolution. It doesn't have to be the dominoes fall in line. When you're ready to do it, take the first step. It's always the hardest. But in the end, you're going to find it's the most rewarding. Trust me. I love you guys.